Right now, as you sit here, it feels obvious that you are in direct contact with the world. You feel the surface beneath you. You sense the weight of your body. You see shapes, colors, and movement around you. There is a deep feeling of immediacy, as if reality is simply arriving at you, unfiltered and unmodified. When you touch an object, it feels like the experience is happening right there, at your fingertips. When you hear a sound, it feels like it exists in the space around you. When you see a color, it feels like that color belongs to the object itself. This feeling is so convincing that we almost never question it. We assume perception works like a window. The world is out there. Our senses open. Reality flows in. But this assumption, as natural as it feels, is completely wrong. Today, we are going to gently dismantle one of the deepest illusions you live inside every moment. The illusion that you are experiencing reality directly. Because the truth is far more strange and far more fascinating. Everything you experience, every sight, sound, sensation, and feeling is happening inside your brain. Not metaphorically, literally. Your brain is not receiving reality, it is constructing it. And once you truly see this, the way you relate to the world and to yourself, quietly but permanently changes. Let's begin with a simple biological fact. Your brain is sealed inside your skull. It is surrounded by bone. It exists in complete darkness. It exists in silence. Your brain has never seen light. It has never touched an object. It has never heard a sound. And it never will. This may sound shocking, but it is undeniably true. Your eyes do not see. Your ears do not hear. Your skin does not feel. These organs perform a much simpler task. They convert physical energy into electrical signals. Light becomes electrical impulses. Air pressure becomes electrical impulses. Mechanical force becomes electrical impulses. That's all. Your brain never encounters the world itself. It encounters signals about the world. Tiny electrochemical messages traveling along nerves. From this limited and indirect information, your brain somehow constructs a three-dimensional world. Solid objects with boundaries, a continuous sense of time, a feeling of movement through space, and a sense of me at the center of it all. Think about this carefully. Your brain is like a scientist locked inside a completely sealed room. No windows, no doors, no direct access to the outside. The only thing this scientist ever receives is a constant flow of coded messages. And yet, from these messages alone, your brain constructs an entire universe. Now we come to the most important transition. Because what reaches your brain is not sight, sound, touch, or smell. What reaches your brain are signals, nothing more. When light hits your eyes, nothing visual enters your brain. When sound enters your ears, nothing audible enters your brain. When you touch something, nothing solid enters your brain. What enters are electrical impulses, patterns of activity. These impulses travel through neurons, the basic cells of your nervous system. Each neuron is like a biological switch. It either fires or it doesn't. Inside a neuron, there is no color, no sound, no warmth, no pain, only electrical activity. Your brain communicates using a very simple language: on, off. When a neuron fires, it sends an electrical pulse called an action potential. This pulse travels down the neuron and triggers the release of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. These chemicals cross tiny gaps between neurons known as synapses. A synapse is not a wire. It is a microscopic gap where chemistry becomes communication. If enough neurotransmitters cross this gap, the next neuron fires, and then the next, and then the next. At this very moment, billions of neurons are firing inside your brain. These firings form vast, constantly shifting networks. Those networks, those precise patterns of activity, are your experience. There is no single neuron that sees red, no single neuron that hears music, no single neuron that feels fear. Experience does not exist in one cell. It exists in patterns across many cells. When you see a red rose, millions of neurons fire together in a specific configuration. That configuration is the feeling of redness. When you hear a sound, a different configuration appears. When you feel anxiety, another. When you feel calm, another. Your brain is not displaying experience on a screen. It is creating experience by being active, moment by moment. Now comes a critical question. If experience is just neural activity, why does it feel so real? Why does it feel like the world is simply there? Because your brain does not label these patterns as signals or synapses. It presents them as reality itself. Your brain evolved to treat its internal model as the world. If it didn't, you wouldn't survive. Imagine if every sensation came with a warning label. This is a neural construction. This is synaptic activity. This is not reality itself. You would hesitate. You would freeze. So the brain hides its own process. You don't experience neurons firing. You experience seeing, hearing, touching, being. The construction is invisible. That invisibility is what makes the illusion complete. Here is something even more profound. Synapses are not fixed. They change. Every experience slightly reshapes the connections between neurons. When patterns repeat, synapses strengthen. When patterns fade, synapses weaken. This is neuroplasticity. It means your brain is constantly rewriting itself, your fears, your habits, your emotional reactions. They are not just experiences. They are trained neural patterns. You don't merely experience the world. You are gradually shaping the brain that constructs the world for you. Two people can receive similar sensory signals, but their brains translate them differently. Different wiring, different histories, different synaptic strengths. This is why one person finds a sound calming while another finds it irritating. The signals may be similar, the neural construction is not. You are not reacting to reality. You are reacting to how your brain has learned to interpret signals. Let's widen the lens. Outside your body, the world, as physics describes it, is made of energy and matter. That's it. There are no colors floating in space, no sounds waiting to be heard, no tastes hidden inside food. There are only electromagnetic waves, air pressure fluctuations, chemical molecules. Your sense organs act as translators. They convert physical energy into electrical signals, the brain's only language. This conversion is not experience. Experience happens later, inside the brain. Outside your head, there is no color. There are only wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation. Different surfaces reflect different wavelengths. Your brain receives signals from photoreceptors and assigns meaning. It labels one pattern red, another blue, another green. Color is not a property of objects. Color is a neural event. Without brains, the universe would be completely colorless. Outside your body, there is no sound. There are only pressure waves moving through air. Your ears detect these waves and convert them into signals. Your brain turns those signals into music, voices, noise, silence. The universe itself is silent. Sound is something your brain creates. Outside your body, there are only molecules. Your brain transforms chemical interactions into sweetness, fragrance, disgust. There is nothing pleasant or unpleasant in the molecule itself. Pleasure exists only as experience. You might assume that even if perception is constructed, we are at least seeing most of reality. But we're not. We are seeing almost none of it. Visible light is an incredibly tiny slice of the electromagnetic spectrum. Radio waves, infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays, these are everywhere. Passing through your body right now. You don't see them, not because they aren't real, but because you lack the receptors to detect them. Reality is not what exists. Reality is what your nervous system can register. A bat navigates through sound. A snake senses heat. A bee sees ultraviolet patterns, same physical world. Completely different experiences. Each organism lives in its own umwelt, its own perceptual universe. You do not live in the world. You live in a human-specific simulation of the world. Your brain does not wait passively for signals. It predicts. It constantly guesses what should be there and corrects itself when it's wrong. This is why illusions work. Why expectations shape perception. Why you can hear your name in noise. Your experience is not reality arriving. It is reality being predicted. Truth is secondary. Survival is primary. Imagine a universe with no brains, no nervous systems. In that universe, there is no color, no sound, no taste, no pain, no pleasure, only energy interacting with matter. Experience appears only when a brain interprets signals. The richness of reality exists only inside minds. Philosophers call the raw feeling of experience qualia. The redness of red, the bitterness of coffee, the warmth of sunlight. No machine can measure it, no scan can capture it. When two people look at the same rose, they agree it is red. But there is no way to know if their inner experience is the same. Each brain generates a private universe. You are not sharing experience. You are aligning interpretations. This is not just an idea. It changes how you relate to suffering. If experience is constructed, then fear is an experience. Pain is an experience. Thoughts are experiences, not absolute truths. When you see this clearly, something loosens. You stop being trapped inside experience. You begin to observe it. Your brain performs a miracle every moment. It takes silent energy and creates music. It takes invisible waves and creates color. It takes meaningless signals and creates meaning. You are not inside the world is inside you. And when you truly see this, you don't escape reality. You finally understand what it is.